LinkedIn is hell.
The other day, I was walking to a job interview at X Corp. On the
Okay.
way there, I noticed a hungry homeless raccoon. I couldn't help but stop and feed it. And as a result, I totally missed the interview. On the next day, as I was laying in bed depressed and anxiety-ridden about my future career, my phone rang. The company had surprisingly called me back in for
Okay.
another go at the job position. I was shocked, but I went. Lo and behold, as I entered the office, I saw the boss of all of X Corp was that very same homeless raccoon. I got the job.
You got
Never
the job. You got
judge
the job.
someone
Are most
based
of them
on
homeless?
how they look.
Yeah.
Or I guess if they're a raccoon. A classic LinkedIn post.
This is a certified
LinkedIn.
classic.
What do you? Cause. What? Oh, bucko. Oh, man. Oh, frick. Is she live? She is live. Hold on. Here, hold on. I gotta follow this girl while we're here.
My hand on the booth door.
Oh, thanks so much to Dawn of Everything for following.
Look at this. I was supposed to follow her the other day. I wanted to wait until she was live.
Hello, my name is Alice Damon. I'm a Damon VTuber. I collect souls for a living. I
She's
play
Pally's
variety
friend.
games on the Twitch channel. Currently today we are
I don't-
listening to Creepypasta and uploading VR chat model. VR models to VR chat. Thanks for
Yay.
joining the Discord earlier.
But the way he said
I'm streaming and she doesn't know that.
Welcome in.
I can't talk.
Happy Friday the 13th.
I'm just gonna write,
was a recorded
hope
playing
you have great stream. Currently streaming.
I hesitated
Got
as
to
the flame
go,
grew,
but want to
reaching
follow
7 feet high.
or forgot.
The screams grew louder, more high-pitched. But I'd hear my name every few seconds.
Hope you have a great stream. Currently streaming, got to go, but wanted to follow before I forgot. Yay! Thank you so much for following, and thanks for joining the Discord,
The
Dawn.
familiar
Good luck on your
police
streaming.
Okay. Look at that. Look how nice I am. Look how nice I am. I'm nice to people. I check everyone out. I'm a big fan of other people streaming. I'm a big supporter of people. You're back? Welcome back. Yeah. I was making sure that I followed her. She's super nice.
It's difficult to compete with Twitter, where
But
you
yeah,
go
here
to
we
show
go,
you're
LinkedIn.
smarter than everyone,
I wanted-
Instagram, where you
I was
go
doing that
to
while
show
we
you're
were
happier
ads.
than everyone, or Facebook, where you go to show how the Minion movies are actually a gateway to Satanism.
Wait, did you actually
But
catch
even
one?
in this
You're
overcrowded
supporting, you've never
arena of
showed up in
social
line,
network,
Shake my head. Bob. Look, these are questions we don't ask each other. By big supporter, I mean I showed up and I followed her. Okay? Because she tries hard. I follow you, Bob. I don't want to hear it.
works, LinkedIn
I don't even
still
wanna- I
somehow
don't even
managed
wanna
to
hear-
carve out its own
We're on LinkedIn
island
now.
of users by combining the two holy grails of adulthood, the office, and meaninglessness. It amassed a
get your
horde of
fathers.
self-aggrandizing mediocrities and pit them against each other
These
in the
things are gonna
fight
kill
over
me,
who
these
gets to
energy
be
drinks one day.
the king of the NPCs. Now,
Okay,
I
here we
stay
go.
away from calling people that because it's a tad bit elitist and comes off as if living a quote-unquote ordinary life is
You're
somehow
wrong.
bad.
It's not elitist. NPCs. You know the amount of scumballs NPCs that are just freaking awful, like non-existent, terrible is. Like some people deserve to be called NPCs. Like honestly, I don't even feel bad. I didn't know you were gonna go and hurt my feelings like that. I can't believe it. Called an NPC. You destroyed this man's whole career. Oh, hurts. Hurts me deep down. AI generated.
Especially in
No,
an era
I don't know
when
about
most
that
of our
one.
lives are
No,
pretty much out
you
of our
don't get
control.
that one.
But here, I am sorry, but the word NPC really applies.
Yeah.
Genuine LinkedIn posters who post not out of career necessity, but because they believe themselves thought leaders of the corporate world, where, let's face
Either
it,
work
thought
hard or
isn't
hardly
really
work.
in high demand,
Okay.
or people who perceive loyalty to the firm or so-called entrepreneurial values as the genuine guidelines of human civilization are so incredibly vanilla, so incredibly stock, as if written with zero backstory and no real impact on the world around them, that they have truly deserved the honorary title of NPC. Now, there are two
see some of
categories
these
of
LinkedIn
LinkedIn users.
Dude, LinkedIn is a
the
horrible
ones humble bragging and trying to push their career forward, like this golden example
Dreams
that I could never
time.
have phrased as well myself.
Dear fellow friends and connections on LinkedIn, it is with a heavy but full heart that I am announcing today is my final day at X Corp. I still remember walking through the office doors for the first time at HQ. I was a young, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed account executive ready to tackle my corporate dreams. The air was crisp and life was full of possibilities. But now, 5 years, 3 promotions, 2 office remodels, 1 million laughs, and some cries, and countless experiences and relationships later, this chapter has finally come to an end. I want to thank Samantha B., Kelly H., Ronald M., and the rest of the sales team who guided and helped me along this journey.
Can we shoot him now? I want to beat him up. I want to punch this man in the face. I want to look at him and punch him in the face. That's how he is annoying me. This is why I don't go on TikTok. I get angry like this. Yeah, can we go after this guy? This is not a man. I don't know what he is, but it's not a man. Andrew Tate would be disappointed in you.
None of this was possible without all of you. But as they say, when one door closes,
Holy
another
crap,
opens.
it's
And
still
the senior sales team
going.
at Smart Tech. I know that I'm once again stepping into the unknown, but with all that I learned from the great folks over at X Corp, I know I can tackle anything thrown my way. So look out, Smart Tech. There's a new sheriff coming this Monday, and I hope you will follow and cheer me along my journey as I tackle new
Sad
endeavors,
part of
everything
Gen
about
Z is
corporate
because
life.
this guy. Dude, you have no idea. There's so many Gen Z's videos coming out after this one that we're watching. I'm embarrassed to say this, but technically, I am Gen Z. On a technical standpoint, I know! It hurts me too.
Closing, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And remember to shoot for the stars, because who knows, you might just land on the moon.
And the second category, LinkedIn influencers.
unless you're
If
30 plus
influencers in
right
general were the bottom of this barrel we call a society, then that barrel would have a secret lower
1996.
compartment hidden behind a shit-covered button
Like
you gotta really
28.
dig in to press in order to
29
find
is not Gen Z.
LinkedIn's so-called thought leaders.
Okay.
This absolute shit sty is a gathering spot for grindset alpha kings, astrology for men peddlers, entrepreneurs whose business is selling courses on how to be an entrepreneur, and bait posters competing over who can lick
Yeah, I
the
think so
boot
too.
the hardest. Like these fine ladies and gentlemen right
Okay,
here. A client emailed me saying I was fired today. I replied saying, you weren't fired, you were promoted to entrepreneur. Now we can focus on helping her grow her business full-time. Congratulations on your promotion to entrepreneur. Hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag business.
Dude, I would be freaking out if I got an email saying you're fired today. You were fired. You were promoted. Did we have to watch it? Are you dying from cringe right now? Does this hurt you?
Work-life balance
Oh, wait,
in your
here we go.
20s is an easy way to guarantee a mediocre career.
I can't. I keep a jar of old farts just to smell them so bad. Oh man, they just stink. Don't know why I keep. Anyway, out jars. Read your same effect to my jar. This guy's based.
If you buy
Based.
just one rental property a year, that cash flows $500 a month after all expenses. You'd make $6,000 a year for one house, $12K for two, $18K for three, $24K for four, $30K for five houses. Go as fast or slow as you want. Just start being an owner. Okay, Zasha, I'll go buy a fucking house right now. If you're an employee, asking for a 3-week vacation ain't the best idea, because those 3 weeks will show the company that they can manage without you. So better ask for less.
Do not ask for vacation. You will be fired. Okay? You want a 3-week vacation? You might as well get your booty out the door right now.
Hire slow. Do 3-hour interviews. Have coffee, lunch, dinner. Ask your team to meet the candidate and see if it's a good fit. The higher the position, the slower you should hire. I've been interviewing someone for the last 5 years. The person doesn't even know it's going well.
Dude. 3-hour interviews? You've been hiring someone for 5 years? And he didn't even apply to the job? No, dude, these are on LinkedIn. These are real. I see these stupid things all the time.
Oh God. But before we continue, you know what's more cringe than any of these LinkedIn posts? Not having access to most of the good shows and movies I want to consume. A Brit, private, for just it. But go ahead, privacy appeal by works on lawyers or fellow LinkedIn influencers to give you a follow. Some of these come from a perfectly acceptable place of the grind. People overinflating what they do in order to sound like a better candidate for jobs they're trying to get. Stuff like underwater ceramics technician instead of dishwasher, or liquid fossil transfer technician instead of gas station worker, monetary exchange specialist instead of bank teller, or knowledge acquisition.
Dude. This guy knows. He's not letting anyone down. He's like, I know exactly what you are, you scumbag.
Specialist when you're just still in school. For example, I call myself a content creator instead of subscriber beggar, which reminds me, please subscribe to the channel. It's literally free. Do it. Press it. Please do it. Thank you. Moving on, there's some pretty decent self-ironic
please
titles
subscribe,
like The Sandman
everybody.
instead of
Trying to get 500 so I can
florist
monetize the
instead of
channel.
drug dealer, or
I
nerd
did it.
herder instead
Look,
of a
I'm a
project
subscribe
manager.
maker.
These are all fine, more than fine, really, because
You 20. Watching the video. Yeah, I know. I've been going almost 8 hours. It ends at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Prayson.
things, they are usually posted by people trying to get around the incredibly gray reality of
He's under
LinkedIn,
some-
and in doing so likely lower their chances for scoring an interview because 60% of the people in HR have had their soul ripped out of them after around the 300 CV they probably had to read through. Where the cringe really begins is when it's not self-ironic or at the very least self-aware, when it's just bad. Shit
Just
like
bad.
ambassador of buzz or marketing rock star for a marketing specialist, brand warrior instead of brand manager, retail Jedi for a cashier, chief
Retail
obedience
Jedi.
officer instead of COO, happiness hero instead of customer support, or I can't believe I'm actually saying this, chief cheerleader, and I kid you not, for CEO. These attempts.
No. You didn't. Chief cheerleader? And she's the CEO? Dude, I would hate to work for her company. You are a retail Jedi?
Building a name is far removed from your actual calling.
Bro got that
come from
Drake
the inability
PNG,
for
you know.
the alienated masses to accept their position as a cog, who instead of understanding that fact and attempting to change
We all
it
know
through
you are,
both
Bobby.
personal, communal, practical, ideological, and philosophical growth, prefer to put on their pink-tinted glasses and
It's
embrace
so
a
funny.
silly boy attitude while crying inside.
It was-
If I call
it-
it
that was
something
the
else,
best
something
thing.
exciting, it might turn out to be something else and something exciting. Sorry. But back to the worst
Okay.
offenders of anything, LinkedIn, the algorithm milkers. You see, after 5-6 years of a platform's life pass, it kind
Okay.
of automatically develops an algorithm which influences just what makes
need
you
to
go
rewatch
viral.
that at some point.
Glistening abs on a yacht for Instagram, casual, unbothered hot takes for Twitter, and whatever this is for LinkedIn. By the end of this year, I'm giving away $25 million. That might sound like a joke to you, but it's real. Here's what I mean by this. I get offered between $25K and $50K per hour for speaking engagements. For my next book, I've spent over 1,300 hours writing it. I'm giving away this book basically for free. It will cost only $1 to purchase to track total sales.
This guy gets 50 grand an hour. $50,000 an hour. And I'm giving away a book for free, except it will cost $1. Your free book is $1.
My wife passed away in her sleep last night. It was unexpected. I am beside myself.
Okay.
Please remember to let the ones you love know that nothing is more important than family. Even as much passion as I have for cybersecurity, nothing compared to the love I've had for my wife. She was the one that suggested that I go down the cybersecurity path and my drive to be successful.
The man uses his dead wife to promote his cybersecurity. You can't make this up. You can't make this up if you tried. You can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. His dead wife. Successful.
I actually did die once and was back at work in 5 hours. Had an accident and was dead for about 9 minutes. Went to ER in an ambulance. They patched me up and I went home and worked from home for the rest of the day.
What? 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 Why?
What's your excuse? Unpopular advice. Stop jumping between jobs so much. 1 to 2 years in a job is not enough. You never actually learn to do your job well if you keep jumping. It's a huge red flag to me, and in my opinion, it's not worth the 20% salary bump you're going to get. Does this make me old school?
Yes, it is. It's worth the 20%. Go long in 30 seconds. It is worth the 20% increase, actually. I'm changing my name.
Let's take a dive into why I said that if you make less than 400K a year as a husband and father, you should be ashamed of yourself. Life isn't about comparing yourself to other people. It's about surpassing your limits and breaking barriers for your loved ones.
That's right, boys. If you're not making 400,000 a year, you don't deserve a wife and kids. You're an embarrassment to humanity.
This is my second year I've been married, and the second year my husband has taken a similar photo of me during a Valentine's Day dinner taking a work call. Well, understand the split between work and so-called life. I've never been good at it, and my husband understands that. Helping other people never sleeps.
What? I don't understand that one. Yeah, he's your husband. He's gonna help you all. Just please.
But don't just blame the success.
I'm gonna go play
prevalence of
Apex.
posts like
No,
this on
you're
the
gonna miss the Gen
algorithm.
Z
It was
videos.
Only through years and years of continuous upvotes that this sort of content became the norm. It's exactly because of the ideology of LinkedIn users themselves that this became what the platform
I have 2
nourishes
monitors?
itself
Okay.
on. The idea that we must not only compete in the physical realm of the office, juggling between tasks, requirements, and deadlines, but also interpersonal relations to our bosses, colleagues, and paychecks. No. By taking this online, we must now juggle all potential future bosses and colleagues. Outperform that high school friend who updated his job description last week and pressed at X, or make a past boss regret mistreating someone who's become oh so successful. It takes the flex model of pretty much all of social media, but it brings it to the professional workspace. You must not only have a clear head and impeccable performance in the physical world, no, your digital version now has to be as clean and established as possible. Some HRs or hiring managers will unironically search you up and not hire you because of your inactivity on the platform, especially for higher paid positions, because just as in any cult, if you're using it and smashing your head against your standing desk's edge every afternoon because you gotta think up what to post on this corporate circle jerk of a website, then your potential employee better deliver as well. Well, it's absolutely hilariously fun to make fun of
Dude,
LinkedIn.
I
and
never
the people
post
who
a
take
single
it
thing on
seriously.
LinkedIn. It
Its
sucks.
sterile official environment is a direct microcosm of the real psychosis, which is the office life. Many of us survive our careers by intentionally distancing ourselves from our true self in order to be able to fill the majority of our day with the shit we likely never wanted to do in the first place. Hell, in order to be allowed to fill the majority of our day with shit we likely never wanted to do in the first place and be thankful for it. It's easy to make fun of LinkedIn posters because they continue doing the things we leave back at our workplace after we check out and return to being our normal selves again. But we forget that the very NPC bots we point and laugh at are how we ourselves behave 5 to 9 hours a day, every day, for decades.
I mean, everyone has a LinkedIn
By
guy
having
in him.
performed our office character for so long, we have normalized it in the same way that guy normalized being cringe on LinkedIn. Every time we clock in, we are forced to put on a mask and completely turn off most attributes that make us us and become someone palatable to the employer, to the colleague, to the culture. We've done it for so long that we don't even consider it something strange. We don't consider spending 8 to 9 hours being a totally sterilized version of ourselves as something unnatural. Hell, we ostracize and demean other colleagues who do what we always wanted to do, who add a bit of conversation, casual attitude, or a lack of shit to give for the corporation's cause. We not only put on the mask, but we embrace it, at least for 8 hours a day. That's why LinkedIn is so weird, because it has garnered the more extreme versions of us normies. It has garnered people who no longer discern between normal me and work me, people who no longer even take off the mask. I'd say meet you in hell, but I think we're already there.
All right, that was good.